entertainment, and serving the community since 1957. We're WRVK, AM 1460 and FM 249 DT 97.7 FM, Malvern, Kentucky.
You see me over here during the show where you're singing a song, doing something.
Welcome to Stars Across Kentucky, where entertainers from all the genres of music. The roots of country music can be found right here in the Bluegrass State. From country, gospel, bluegrass, to comedy and R&B. We invite you to listen in with us today to enjoy the artists that are just beginning. Some that are hot in the charts and in the region. To those that are inducted into the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame. I'm Charlie Napier, your host, and welcome to Stars Across Kentucky on WRVK 1460 AM, 97.7
off
FM,
this
and
phone,
around
so
the
I'll
world
take
on
anything off of that one up there.
WRVK1460.com.
Now I'll connect to my phone. So you'll see me watching you pretty much on this. You won't see me looking at you. I'll be looking at this.
I should practice more last night.
Yeah, all right. Good on the line.
Excuse me.
I get, I think it's allergies.
Yeah.
No, I know it is.
Humidity.
That
yeah.
right there, it helps me a lot.
Does it?
Mhm. But you'll be doing the news or something, and you're gonna go.
Yeah, it happens to me a lot, and it's just this Kentucky weather and the humidity, and
It is.
yes, I always got the credit.
Allergies is all. I took shots for years, but I didn't accomplish a whole lot.
That's what I hear. A lot of people say it doesn't necessarily help, but I mean, it's like you walk outside into just water. You literally walk out into water, and it's just, you're instantly sweating. I hate that.
Yeah, lately it's really
It's been
bad.
really awful.
Here we go, Miss Melissa. Alrighty, our guests here, we want to say howdy to you folks here listening in to WRVK. As we move along, we want to let you know where we are. We're located just off of Interstate 75. Hello, Alan in Picnieville, Illinois. I told you he was going to be on here. And we want to welcome you all to this local radio station here that you may be listening to, like Alan is up in Illinois. We're pretty easy to find. Come off of Interstate 75 in Kentucky, A662, northbound US 25, and you're going to be dead ahead into Renfro Valley, and just beyond Renfro, you've got WRVK. All right, our guest today, we're very happy to have this young lady with us today, Melissa Deaton. Melissa, hello.
Oh,
It's
right.
good. It's so good to have you over here today.
Well, I am very honored to be here, so thank you so much.
I want to reminisce a little bit with you because I know you sort of, but then I know you better now. Let's go into a little bit of where you come from and a little about yourself.
Okay. Well, I am from Lexington originally. I kind of lived in all surrounding counties. Lived in Martinsburg, Nicholasville, Georgetown is where I'm now, of course Lexington. So I'm a Kentucky girl, and I've moved away a few times and I always come back because I love
Can't help it,
I
can
can't
you?
help it. Just
Yeah.
there's no place like home. So
You heard what Steve was saying, I hear Kentucky calling me.
that's right. Yeah.
Well, during this time, you got into entertainment at what age?
5.
At 5?
Yeah.
Wow. That is a very early age.
Yeah.
But you know something? I encourage parents to do that.
Yeah.
Get those kids involved
Mm-hmm.
at an early age, and you'll see what it does by watching Melissa today. What did you have in your hands at 5 years old?
A microphone. I just wanted to sing all the time. That's what I did in my room, and I figured out how to pop the little tabs on cassette tapes and record myself. And I would get my record player out and get my Annie. I loved musicals and movie soundtracks, and I would sit and sing my Annie songs. So, but we were always really deeply involved in church. So I did my first solo at church at 5, and I loved Amy Grant. So my first song was an Amy Grant song.
And you know, strangely enough, a lot of folks that come in and out here, it's Donna from Michigan, say hello to Donna.
Hi.
But strangely enough, a lot of folks, and that would go for me too, the first place I ever sang publicly in my life was at a church.
Yeah,
And
it's the best place to start.
best place.
Yeah.
It's a good way to start, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And but you know, Melissa, probably for me the most nervous I ever get is when I sing in front of my local church congregation. I don't know, that's sort of crazy, but
It's like I'm so nervous when I sing in front of people I know and small groups. If it's a really big crowd,
bigger the better.
yeah, bigger the better, because it's not it's not personal. It feels more disconnected, I guess, and I guess you feel like you have more to prove, and when you're in front of your peers and friends and small groups when everyone's staring at you.
Yeah, and you know, I know you've done this, but did you ever walk out on a stage and you're singing a song and the line just don't come out?
Yeah, a lot. And when I first started singing, when I got up there at 5, I don't think I was nervous at all. I just sang every word, and now I actually have developed quite a bit of a stage fright, stage anxiety. I really have a hard time speaking in public, and so yeah, I don't know. You learn those things over time, but I still keep pushing myself. But yeah, many times, I mean, I forget my chords and I forget my words, and you just learn to repeat it.
You roll with it.
Just repeat this verse again. Hopefully that
well,
will notice.
I've made up a line or two. I wish I had it on video because it would have been one to play on radio forever. I got an encore on it. The line just did not fit the song.
It's always where you mess up or something goes wrong is the one that's always posted or the one that's played over and over.
Well, fortunately, back then we didn't have anything to record them with.
That's good. Lucky you.
Lucky me, yeah. What do you want to do for our first song, and then we'll continue our chatting here?
Well, I guess it would be fitting to do the first song I ever wrote as my first song.
Okay.
I didn't start playing an instrument until my late 30s or late 20s,
Really?
early 30s. Yeah. So I sang, and I've been in bands and been the lead singer and stuff, but I really wanted to write music, and I wanted to be an independent artist, and so I knew I had to learn an instrument if I was going to do that. And I wrote this song before I learned how to play the guitar, so I had it in this format, and it sat there for 10 years until I started to play the guitar, and then I sat down. As soon as I started figuring out the strumming and got my basic chords, I sat down and wrote it, and I was like so excited. I think we were at Pine Mountain. Me and my mom were at Pine Mountain.
And what's it? I want to know the title and tell me a little
So
bit
it's
why you
called-
wrote the song.
Well, Heartbreak, of course.
Heartbreak?
But it's called Silent Lightning, and I used to be a flight attendant, so I had this overnight at Fort Walton that we went to often, and I was sitting out at night sand, and there was a storm out to sea, and you could see the lightning, but you couldn't hear the thunder, and like that song just came to me. I ran back to my room and got a notepad and paper and wrote it down, and wrote it in like 20 minutes. So yeah, it's called Silent Lightning.
Okay, Silent Lightning.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see where lightning is going to strike.
That's right.
Instead of thunder, there was silence. And I thought that I came to that you had found somebody new. It's louder in my head than thunder's ever been. And it came as a shock to me. I thought I was all you could need, but the way you act is differently. Oh, you don't I can see the storm coming, like silent lightning. I don't think it's nothing at all that you keep missing the call. You used to sit by the phone, but now it seems you're never home. I thought our love was too strong to get to this place so wrong. But just like silent lightning, there's a storm on the horizon, and it came as a shock to me. I thought I was all you could need, but the way you act is differently. Oh, you don't want me to see that the spark's not what it used to be. And I can see the storm coming, like silent lightning. And it came as a shock to me. I thought I was all you could need, but the way you act is differently. But I don't want me to see that the spark's not what it used to be. I can see the storm coming, like silent lightning. Like silent lightning.
Good job. Silent Lightning. That lightning strikes, so don't it?
That's right. Somewhere.
You know, when I was thinking about it, you said you were a flight attendant for a while, and did you retire from that, or just
Sort of.
sort of?
I started working for Delta Connection right out of high school, and I worked there for about 3.5 years. I was based in Atlanta, and so I obviously I can't stay away from home. So I lived in Atlanta for a little while, and then I moved back home and I commuted back and forth. So that was quite difficult. I mean, it was kind of a hard life, but I mean, it was exciting. It was fun. I absolutely loved it. And then I moved to Nashville for a little bit and decided to make some bad decisions and go live that life for a little while. And then I moved back home again, and then I started flying private out of Bluegrass Airport in Lexington. So I flew for W.T. Young on his private plane, and then we would get charter, we would get like jobs from Delta. They have a private company. So I went on some many adventures with them.
You probably have some really good stories that you could tell.
I do. I have some very interesting
Some I've seen
stories.
lately, I probably wouldn't want to be a flight attendant these days.
Yeah,
But
it was really fun. I flew before 9/11 and after 9/11, so I was working during 9/11 when that happened. But it was still a different time even after 9/11. It's crazy now. I don't know if I would want to do it now, but it was a good time. But that I can only do it for so long. I was on call. I was the only flight attendant. It was, only the pilots I flew with were the only pilots, and so I would sit sometimes for 3 weeks waiting for a job, and I couldn't go anywhere or do anything because they could call me anytime. So
you just stayed on call as a
Yeah,
flight attendant?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
and I didn't have any way to reconnect with any friends, and I had been kind of living, like I said, in Nashville and stuff. I've been in Atlanta, so even though I was home, everyone from school had gone off to do whatever, and I was just back and forth all the time. So I kind of had lost connection with everyone, and it was really lonely, and I was really isolated, and so I only did that for about a year and a half, and then decided to do some things at home, and I wanted to get reconnected with my community and stuff. So, but it was a good time.
Sounds like a good time. Let me take a quick break here, and we'll continue with Melissa Deaton on Stars Across Kentucky here today. Okay, you can, I can kill this sound and let you, if you want to talk to those folks out there on Facebook. Or just
Well, hello,
say-
thanks so much for coming by and supporting local music and independent music. I'm going to tune my guitar. It was definitely out of tune on the last one.
We could call this Stay Tuned.
That's right, stay tuned. That's better.
The weather has such a big factor, like driving here,
Yeah,
and your guitar strings have a tendency to stretch or
I
whatever.
know it. I forgot the tune before I came, so this guitar actually stays in tune really well.
What are you playing?
It's
there?
a Martin, it's a
Oh.
carbon fiber.
Yeah, I love
So
Martin.
a lot of people say that it's not a real Martin because it's not wood. But, it's got wood in it. But I just wanted to have something that was kind of sturdy and durable, which isn't the case because my strap came off and it broke off the
Got
whole.
personality.
Right, and do you know Kathy Courier?
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
She's amazing. She put it back together for me.
Yeah,
She's
Kathy. We'll talk about our connection
Okay,
here in
okay.
just a second. As a matter of fact, I thought when I was working, but my D28 Martin is a
nice.
76 mile, and of course you've got so many people out there that love guitars. A friend of mine, we camped with Frank Powell not long ago. He sort of has retired, and he gets guitars and restores them and lives in your area.
Oh, does he? What's his name?
Frank Powell,
He sounds familiar.
and he's got some. I told him I was coming over and picking me out a guitar.
Yeah. I'm probably due for a new one. I've had this one for 15 years, I guess.
Yeah.
15 years. But I still love it. It's really easy to play. But I would like something that has like a richer sound to it.
The Martin wood, the wood ones,
Yeah,
they have
they
a
do.
they have a little more
Mhm.
sound to them. The Gibson has a little more fatter
Mhm.
sound to it. On the Jonelle Fisher and she played a Gibson, I played a Martin, and it's two different sounds apparently, side by side.
Yeah.
This ad is sponsored by Kentucky Housing Corporation, the Kentucky Broadcasters
Donald Quarles said you sounded amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
And continue along with Melissa Deaton, as we talked a little bit before the show, Melissa and I, all of a sudden, we wound up on the same trail. So let's get back on that trail and tell them a little bit about you was talking about the carrier connection there.
Okay. So You want to talk about like the guitar and how we
Yeah,
got
let's,
into
let's
that?
go with that story, and then we'll talk about, there's a lady that works
Yes.
there we are all familiar with.
Yes, so we were talking about my guitar. It's a Martin. It's a carbon fiber. I've seen a lot of people, Martin lovers, say that this is not a real Martin because it's not wood, but I love it, and I got it because I wanted something that was durable, that I could kind of bang around and not scratch up, you know. And then I ended up, my strap popped off, and the whole front of my guitar broke off. It was very sad, and there was little tiny pieces, and I thought there was no hope. You know, there was no way to put it back together, and it wouldn't probably stay in tune, even if they tried. So I called up Kathy Courier, who's with Courier of Music World in Richmond, Kentucky. She is the best of the best.
She is.
And she's a wonderful person, and she put it back together for me, and it's I've never had one single problem. It stays perfectly in tune, and she saved the day.
And while we're there, there's another lady that works there that you mentioned the name, and you asked me if I knew Wanda Barnett, and I said, are you kidding?
Yep.
Yeah. Wanda needs to tell you the story about how the beginning of the new Coon Creek Girls
Yes.
started. I've told it on the radio several times, but it started with Dickie Simmons, and then you had here locally, Jan and Kelly Cummins and Virginia Sutton Gray. And that was sort of the beginning of the new Coon Creek Girls. And then, of course, now, are y'all still together? Are they still together? Wanda's still together with the Coon Creek Girls?
I'm not sure. I think that they might get together sometimes, but I'm not sure. I don't think that they are. But I think that they might still do some things. I know she was at Renfro Valley, and then they kind of shut that down for a little while. And did they bring them back?
I'm not sure where. Wanda and I we've not seen each other in some time.
I was going to tell
it's
you,
been
it's
a
very-
while that we've seen each other. And
Yeah, that was just a few years ago that they kind of shut everything down up there, and I know that she was sad about that. She's been there for such a long time, but she plays around all the time. She's very sought after. Everybody wants to play
she
with Wanda.
is. She's highly talented. She's promised me to come here. And the only problem is she works at the same time I do the show. I reckon I'm going to have to accommodate her by just saying, okay, you tell me what time you can
Yeah,
come.
you have to do. It's a special broadcast with Wanda
Be a
Barnett.
special broadcast.
Yes.
You got it. Melissa, what is your next song you want to choose?
Okay, let's see. So I did something called the Acoustic Guitar Project, and it was hosted by Trish Tourline. Do you know Trish?
I know Trish well. She's been on this
Yeah,
very show.
I figured she had.
Yes.
And so she hosted it, and she hosts it every year. And they get, I think it's 5 musicians, and then from all around Kentucky, and each artist gets the guitar it's called Cedar, and they get the guitar for a week. You have to write a song in a week. You have to record it on the little recorder that comes with it. I had to come up with a song in a week and record it in a week, and I was
That's sort of
panicking.
tough in a way.
I was panicking.
Yeah.
This song was written out of sheer panic and will, because I was like, I don't want to be the only one that
Exactly.
didn't write anything,
Yeah.
and I really wanted it to be something that I organically came up with then, because then I wouldn't feel like it's authentic. And so I was sitting there thinking about a conversation that me and my mom had had about some relationships that seem to just go around and round, and you never get anywhere. And it said, it felt like a merry-go-round.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where this song came up. I came up with this song, and it's called Merry-Go-Round.
Okay. All right. I can't do the other little part of the merry-go-round, but
I can't do them anymore either. I'm getting old now. Everything makes me dizzy. I can't even do the carousel anymore. So, but yes, so this was the Acoustic Guitar Project, and it's called Merry-Go-Round.
Round and around and around and around and around. It's that old fire, there's no wind inside round we go. Whoa, whoa. We're up then we're down and we're spinning around and there's no solid ground. And it goes round and round and around and around and around. It's merry-go-round. It goes round and round and around and round and around. Whoa, whoa. Love and we hate till eventually it's gonna break. No escape. There's always tomorrow. By the time is borrowed, we know. And here we go. And it goes round and round and around and around and around. It's merry-go-round. It goes round and round and around and around and around. Whoa, whoa. It's never-ending carousel. We know this right to end. It goes round and round and around and around and around. It's merry-go-round. It goes round and round and around and around and around. Whoa, whoa. It goes round and around and around and around and around.
Have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
I love it. And that was written on the spur of the moment.
Yeah. That's how I do all my songs.
One of those 10-day ordeals.
Fine. It
Was
was,
it
I
an
wrote it. I
ordeal,
wrote
or-
it in one day, and then I wrote the
And
bridge
how
the
many of
second
you were
day.
in on that?
Huh?
How many of you were in doing this?
How many?
Yeah, how many songwriters and singers?
Oh, like in the project,
Mhm.
5.
Mhm.
And then at the end, we all come together and do like a little concert, and then perform the songs that we wrote that week.
That's
So
really neat.
yeah, it is really neat, and it really promotes creativity and kind of getting out of your box. And I really like to push myself out of my comfort zone, and that's really, I think, a lot of what music is for me too, is pushing myself out of my comfort zone, because I so badly want to, but if I'm not made to, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go hide somewhere.
I like being out of my comfort
Yeah,
zone.
it's important to
yeah,
do,
it's
and
important,
that's
yeah.
you're never gonna grow or change or be better at anything if you don't put yourself in situations where you're kind of scared. So
Yeah, if you're always protected, it's not going to be
Yeah.
good.
yeah,
It's not gonna
and
be
that, I mean,
good.
that's easy to do because it's not necessarily fun to be out of your comfort zone sometimes, but I crave it also.
So do I like that.
Yeah.
But you know something else, when you was talking about your guitar, and you didn't start playing it till you were in your 20s.
Yeah, like 28 or 29.
And you just wanted to be a singer, and so you sing with bands now a lot, or do you have a band?
Nope, I'm a solo artist.
You're a solo.
Mhm.
Okay.
But that's how I started. Well, I started singing solo, and then I was in a lot of choirs in school and at church. I went to Southland, and we had something called His Choir, and it had like choreography to it. We traveled around, and that was really fun. And then I guess my first professional, real singing job was with the Sensations. so it's Motown band, which is obviously totally different than what I do, but I loved it. And that was,
It took you out of your comfort zone.
took me way out of my comfort zone,
Yeah.
and I learned so much. And that's where, of course, I met Wanda, and we played together for 5.5 years. And so I was a lead singer for them, but I didn't play an instrument or anything, which was pretty fun because it takes a lot of pressure off of you. You can just sing and let everybody else do the work. My goal is to get back to that.
Yeah.
So, but I really wanted to write my own music, and I really wanted to express myself that way, and I wanted to be able to go out and do gigs and not have to rely on someone else to play for me or trying to find a band, because and especially in Lexington, especially at the time, our music scene's really grown, but then I didn't really know how to network, and I didn't know how to meet people, so it can be hard to find people to play with. And most of the bands are established, like trying to find a band you can get into.
Yeah, and they want to be established.
Yeah,
and it's hard to break in
sometimes
and
it's
out
hard
of
to,
them.
yeah. So I wanted to be able to have my own independence, to go play when and where I wanted on my own, and not have to rely on anybody else. So I was
All right, when we
determined.
come back after this break, I'm going to let you talk about some of the places some of the venues that you have been or maybe going to.
All
We'll be
right.
back here with Melissa Deaton on Stars Across Kentucky.
It's blurry again.
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get this camera. It's gonna get the best of me, or I'm gonna get the best of it.
It's like, I think it's like every time I move or like
It
go in or
does.
out,
It does.
it's me.
It
I'm
wants-
causing the
see,
problems.
It wants to adjust.
I can't stay still.
Every time you, or maybe it's something.
Well,
that does. Let me take it back out. Seems like it works better right along there, so.
I try to stay still, but I can't.
I'm gonna get me some road time, I guess, down over there.
You can't put us in a nervous situation and tell us to stay still. I'm gonna just be fidgeting all over the place.
Yeah, I need to come up with this. This is a very good camera, but it just,
I bet you there's a setting that will keep it from autofocusing.
there might be. That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Because it's probably on
I'm not-
autofocus,
Yeah.
and then if you could take it off, it maybe,
That's a good
who
idea.
knows? You know, that's what
I'll,
YouTube's for.
I'll explore that.
That's where I learned half the songs that I play is YouTube.
So you maybe before you leave here, you might set it on forever focus.
Maybe, forever focus.
See our rich musical heritage come alive through exhibits, pieces.
Let's think about when you're recording on the Facebook here. This is what real radio is about.
Yeah.
When you have guests come in, you're sitting there enjoying them, relaxing, and on Facebook they get to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get to hear the whole
They
thing.
get to hear the bloopers and the outtakes.
Alrighty, we're back with Melissa Deaton here on Stars Across Kentucky, and she is a Kentucky native. Been spending most of her life here, and I find it interesting. You was talking about, being the flight attendant and being in a band. That alone would probably make it impossible to stay in a band for a long time, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I really didn't do a lot with music when I was flying. And, it was really always in the back of my mind that I was like, without it, I just feel like I'm not accomplishing something I'm supposed to be doing. And I get really discouraged and sad. And I was kind of thinking, well, maybe it's just not going to happen for me. And so when I decided to stay home, and I got a job working at a beef company, actually. It's called Laura's Lean Beef. She's local. She in Winchester, and it became a national brand. So I worked for them, and then that's when I got with the Sensations and started playing with them because we played on the weekends.
Now, how many years, was this an all-girls band?
The Sensations?
Yeah.
No, it was for a while. Well, it was the only girls was me and Wanda, and then our drummer, Shauna. Her name was Shauna French at the time. She was the other. She came in as a drummer. She was amazing, and me and her became really good friends. And me and Wanda were great friends. But everyone else was. We had trumpet players. We had the sax, piano, bass. It was like the whole deal. So we did like a lot of fundraisers. We do stuff for R.J. Corman, and we did a lot of weddings and stuff like that, wedding receptions, and we'd travel all around. It was a great time.
Yeah, I saw, I think this was you that I was watching, Wasted, the song.
Wasted, yeah.
Wasted.
Mhm.
Well, that's a really good song.
Thank
and
you.
I listened to it a couple times because I was, trying to get the meaning of the song, and I went like, well, we've all been down that path.
And
We
that's
all
the goal.
haven't, but a lot of us have. Yeah.
And that's the goal. Like, I really want to write songs that are from my experience that others that can relate to, and so I can, really connect with my audience and people out there who have experienced the same things, and I want to make them feel something that we can all share.
Mm-hmm. You won an award for that song? Yeah.
I just got nominated for an award for it because
The Josie Awards?
last year I won EP of the Year, Josie Award. And then this year, because I just released Wasted in February, so I just was nominated for Song of the Year, and then another one that I just wrote was nominated for Songwriter Achievement. So yeah, I'm excited for that. So I was nominated for 4 Josie Awards this year.
What's your next song?
Well, I could do Wasted. I could do
I'd love for you to do
Okay,
Wasted.
I'll do
And you
Wasted.
folks, listen now to the meaning. I'm not going to ask you to tell the meaning of this song. I'm going to let them
Yeah.
listen to it and figure it out.
Okay.
It's one, some of you are going to say, well, I've been down that road, and some of you are going to say, no, I never made that path.
And good for you.
Good for you.
But yeah, if you're like, what's it about? I'm like, well, my songs, I think, usually speak for themselves, or will speak to you in the way that that you hear them. So yeah, this is called Wasted.
Gave you my love, my time, and then you didn't even try. My heart, my pride, you lied. Gave you my tears, my trust, a man that was so dangerous. My youth, my thoughts, my love, so wasted, 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 wasted on you, on you, on you. Wasted, wasted, wasted on you. Gave you my forgiveness, and all I got was ugliness. My devotion got none. Gave you my dignity, and then I wish that I had seen before. My loyalty was wasted, 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 wasted on you, on you, on you. Wasted, wasted, wasted on you. Wasted, 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 wasted on you, on you, on you. Wasted, wasted, wasted on you.
And that says it all without her telling. I usually ask the meaning of those songs, but, life is life. And
Well, I forgot the
sometimes we
bridge,
make bad choices, don't we?
Yes, I forgot the bridge, but you can go listen to it on Spotify, YouTube, all the music platforms, and listen. You can catch
Yeah,
the bridge on that one.
Exactly. It's really worth your time to go and look up some of the music that this lady does. Melissa's got some really good music out there.
Thank you.
And when when you're in this setting, you're talking about being out of your comfort zone. This is really taking singers out of their comfort zone in a way, because they're usually ready to bounce out there and do a song or two, and then it's over. And here we're just sitting, just enjoying each other's company and having a chat, if
Yeah.
you will.
Yeah, this is very much out of my comfort zone for sure, but we were kind of talking earlier that I really don't play my original songs a lot. You know, when I work, I'm mostly doing covers. I'm doing poolside stuff and, you know, playing out patios, which I enjoy. I love playing cover songs and doing my own
What is your
versions of
favorite
them.
cover song?
What's my favorite cover song?
Mhm.
Man, it's hard to say. My staple one has become Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. Like, I play all genres, because I really do like pop and you know, so many different genres just besides country or folk or Americana. So I like to do Radioactive. I do Rolling in the Deep. I like to do Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. I like to do Dance Monkey by the Tones and I, like just all kinds of all over the place. And I'd like to do.
So if you're doing a private gig, then you just keep it for, and I think that's really good to spread the genres out a little bit.
Yeah, I also do Carrie Underwood, and I do Dwight Yoakam, I do Elton John, I do Fleetwood Mac, and just goes on and on. So.
Well, what do you want to do next? Our time's going to get away from this year.
So I can do my Kentucky song. It's called Kentucky State of Blue. I wrote this one because I just was, you know, because of all my travels and all the places I've been, you know, obviously there's all the misconceived notions about Kentucky, and people legitimately ask you if people wear shoes, which sometimes they don't. But that's everywhere, because you know, I've seen redneck people all over the country, all over the world. But you know, it was just silly stuff like, do you guys have McDonald's and stuff like that? But I think I was really surprised by some people in Kentucky who just don't understand like the culture of Kentucky, and you know, some people from northern Kentucky just do not understand what eastern Kentucky is like. Like, they're totally different worlds. So I wrote this just to kind of give a little idea of what Kentucky is, and just a little bit about our culture and who we are. So it's called Kentucky State of Blue.
Heck, I'm a redneck from that good state of blue. The boys in the mine see a different kind of view. We say on and yonder and down that old holler, and maybe confused in Kentucky State of Blue. Let's strip off our mountains and leave them up there. Now there's echoes of shouting from hearts with despair. From the farm to the factory, we're a whole lot like you, with a different kind of charm in Kentucky State of Blue. And it's run for the roses, our fields full of horses, and those rolling hills, some high moonshine stills, where the bourbon it flows on a Saturday night. The church, here we go to make everything right. We may not be just like you, it's 'cause we're Kentucky through and through. And my family just might come out that deep dark holler and pull you right out by the blue of your color. And we've been known for a few famous feuds, so don't mess with my crew in Kentucky State of Blue. And it's run for the roses, our fields full of horses, things they do. 'Cause we'll teach you a song with a new kind of tune. And there's much more to say about this great state that might point to you in Kentucky through and through. That might point to you in Kentucky through and through. That might point to you in Kentucky state of blue.
Beautiful job on that song.
Thank
I tell you
you.
what, the camera's not doing us the best,
I know,
but
that's
the,
all right.
the song right there, I was distracted with the camera, but
That's okay.
anyway,
I do that to electronics. I think it's probably me.
yeah,
Sort out stuff.
I'll have to let somebody that knows more about these things than I do solve that problem, because it is a problem. But the song was very well written, and you did
Thank
a
you.
beautiful job at it.
Thank you.
Oh, that's maybe one of my favorites. I thought Wasted was going to be one of my favorites, but then that one there.
Well, thank you. That's
Is
the
that a
best
recent
compliment.
one?
No, this one's been out for about 2 years.
Mhm.
So I just I did like a rough recording of, I think it was really like the first handful of songs that I really started, writing that I was kind of excited about. I have almost 11-year-old twins, and when I became a mother, life came to a screeching halt. It was like
Mhm.
I was going full
Changes
steam
everything,
ahead, and
yeah.
it was like I hit a brick wall. So that was actually really hard because I couldn't play music. I couldn't even think to a complete sentence, which it's still difficult to do, to write anything. So it took me quite a few years. So when I started actually being able to write, it was really exciting. So I just went and did some rough recordings of those songs. It was like five or six songs. But now I'm actually with an independent record label called Creative Soul Records, and my producer, Eric Copeland. So the last 2 singles have actually been, professionally done and recorded in Nashville. So
Well,
They Say Blue was on the rough version.
Yeah, I've listened to some of your professionally done ones, and they are very good.
Thank you.
Very much, and better than this professionally done video. That,
Maybe you can try again after my strumming. I think might have been throwing it off.
yeah, I don't know what's throwing it off, but anyway,
Yeah.
it's sort of aggravated me today, and I will solve it. I'm one of those people that I will solve it. So it'll all get better one of these days. But not today. Where can people find you, Melissa? On like if they want to book you and bring you into the homes and
That would be wonderful. My music page on Facebook is a really good way to contact me. It's Melissa Beth Deaton at Facebook, and any of my music stuff I go by Melissa Beth Deaton. And then I also have my personal page on Facebook, which I still post a lot of music stuff on there, and it's still a good way to contact me through Messenger, but that's just Melissa Deaton. I'm Melissa Beth Deaton on YouTube and Instagram. And then, again, if you wanted to listen to any of my music, it's all on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and all the streaming platforms.
Okay, well, I've just given up on trying to get your camera fixed up here, but with that, we have time for one more song, and perhaps this thing would do us kind to bring you back up and let you really be seen by the public here. And I'll bring you back. I'm going to bring you back, and the next time I'll have this. This will be either a different camera or one that works.
Or if it doesn't work, I just won't wear makeup next time, and then it'll be. I'll come in my pajamas.
Sounds good.
Okay, so this is my most recent song. I do have another one that I'm going to be tracking at the end of the month, but this is my most recent song.